Welcome everybody to the Nintendo Enthusiast live panel with myself, Jason, and
you're HeyJay.
I'm HeyJay.
He's HeyJay.
So I have a question: who's here for Nintendo Enthusiast, and who's here for RGT 85? So RGT 85 hands. All right. Well, you guys are going to discover Nintendo Enthusiast today. Yeah. So. Man, there's a lot of cross-branding here. This is like Class vs. Crass, which is a podcast we do every week on Nintendo Enthusiast, which is a website/channel, hosted by myself and Sean, who is RGT85 and HeyJay. So there's a ton of brands for you guys.
That's why I named it so well. I named the panel, and I was like, well, I want fans of all three, well, two.
I have a small channel
to be able to figure it out. So I was like, we'll call it Nintendo Enthusiast Live with RGT85 and HeyJay. So then that way, everything. And so, yeah, it worked out good, obviously.
You didn't even spell it right. You forgot the space between Nintendo and Enthusiast.
I mean, it happens.
I'm trying to work with this guy's impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got an hour, so we're going to have some fun here. We're going to get started with, so on our podcast, we always talk about Nintendo every Sunday. We have an hour dedicated to talking about the news, reviews, anything that comes out regarding Nintendo for that week. So today we have a special topic, and that's going to be talking about what it was like to be a Nintendo fan in the 90s, which is where Sean and I both grew up, versus being a Nintendo fan today and how the company's changed and how the culture's changed. But we're not going to bore you with that too long. After that, we're going to get into some 1-2 Switch, because this guy has never played 1-2 Switch.
I've never played it.
So if you want to see Sean or RGT milk a cow, you've come to the right place.
I milked my own, but...
Well, now we're going to see who milks it better.
And then we're going to do like a Q&A, and there's going to be a stupid part where well, it's in my bag. Going to hook up my Switch with Ultra Street Fighter 2 Final Challengers. I'll pick 3 people to challenge me. If you defeat me, you get a copy of Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition on the Sega Genesis, baby! Whoa! Right? That's right. I paid $7 for that today. We did play it. We played it today, and it was the 3-button controllers, and evidently you can't map like the kicks and stuff, so all we were throwing was punches.
We had a punching-only Street Fighter match.
Yeah, it was interesting.
And I won.
Okay. Okay.
Well, you say you're this great Street Fighter guy, but you're pretty mortal.
I had no kicks.
Okay.
And you chose Balrog. What am I supposed to do?
Obviously, if the controller has no kicks, you take a character that only punches.
Well, that's what I did. Dude, I don't want to sit there and spam Hadokens the whole damn time. Like,
it works.
Then you're a cheap player. You're cheap.
All right. So Nintendo, how has it changed? They used to be cool, or are they still cool?
No. I mean...
Wow, great start, Nintendo Enthusiast.
No, what I'm saying is, like, Nintendo wasn't necessarily the cool company in the 90s. Sega was. Think about advertising. Think about everything.
They were edgy.
They were edgy, and that's what kids like. They like that 90s attitude and all that crap, and like the loud music and Sonic. Like, Sonic was, just like this pseudo-badass dude.
Why is there so many... Have you guys noticed how many Sonic fans are here at TooManyGames? Like, every Sonic panel, I'm sure we would have put Sonic on this. Huge lineups. I've never seen so much Sonic fandom.
Sonic's huge.
And the badges too. Even our badges have Sonic.
Well, that was the theme of the year, was the Sonic theme.
Yeah. Okay, well maybe that's why.
But yeah, Sonic was huge. I mean, dude, think about how big Sonic was in the 90s.
I had the comic books. I watched both cartoon shows.
I mean, there was so much merch. I mean, Mario had good merchandise. I remember my cousin had like this Mario bank. And like for some reason I used to like bite the head of it. So it was
you
like
would
hard.
bite the head of the bank.
Of the bank, yeah. You're an idiot.
No, I was just really wondering why you were biting banks.
I don't know. It was like a weird hard plastic, and
And you just like that?
Yeah, I guess. Shut up. All right. So what were we saying? Was the Nintendo? I don't necessarily. You got to remember, I played Sega stuff in the 90s. I didn't go. I went from NES to N64. I never played a Super Nintendo until I was 18 or 19. As far as like actually play the games, like I played it, but like as far as sit down, beat Zelda, beat Super Metroid, I didn't do that until I was in my early 20s.
Right. When I'm saying Nintendo in the 90s, I'm talking almost just before Sega kind of came in and bought or took out half their share of the market. Like they were dominating. If you weren't video gaming at that time, you were pretty much Nintendo, or you were some kind of
computers.
You were playing 3DO or whatever else was out at that time.
Well, I mean, the thing of it was that, yeah, I mean, you had the Turbo Graphics, but Nintendo just had such a stronghold on the third-party market. That's why, I mean, the Master System technically was you know, it was a stronger system than the NES was by far, especially when you look at the ports of, you know, Master System versus I'm doing a bad Nintendo enthusiast talking about Sega, but I'm the yin to the yang.
This is why he went off and did RGT 85, because he wanted to spam all this retro stuff on Nintendo Enthusiast. I was like,
And it didn't work. Nobody watched it.
Actually, the story is he tried a show called Retro Corner, which he stole from my idea, because I had a very successful show called Indie Corner. And then Mr. Here comes along with Retro Corner, it gets a beautiful 300 views.
Yeah, so that's...
So it had a very short life. But now he's owning me in views, and everybody knows him now.
People know you.
They know me as the guy who's hanging out with you.
You're the indie guy.
I mean,
but yeah, I mean, Nintendo in the 90s, they definitely had their place. I think one of the big problems was just Howard Lincoln himself. Because Howard Lincoln was so against, you know, what Sega was, you know, when the whole Night Trap situation, and he was like, oh, you know, you'll never see a game like Night Trap on a Nintendo platform. Like, that's what started the kiddie stigma of Nintendo.
And that's kind of what I wanted to bring it to today in the modern times, because I don't know how you guys, I'm sure if you're all here, you're a Nintendo enthusiast yourself, but I find that if you try to talk in the gaming community in general, you say you like Nintendo, people are like, ugh, like they don't even take you seriously, and you're like, okay,
well, I mean, it's kind of like the Switch. Like, a lot of people just see it as, you know, the Wii U 2 or whatever, and I mean, I think the Switch is, like, I really got to experience what the Switch was about on my train ride up here, because I'm like, I'm just sitting there listening to music, and I'm like, wait a second, I could be playing Mario Kart 8 right now. And so I just busted out my Switch, you know, and started playing it, and I was like, okay, now this is making sense.
Yeah, the Switch is absolutely amazing. I think this might be that change of direction that Nintendo kind of needed, especially since the GameCube. You've kind of seen that reputation really go downhill with the general gaming sense, and of course Nintendo has made some weird decisions over there. Even today, have any of you seen what you need to do to have voice chat in Splatoon? You need like 7, 8 wires and like 3.
Yeah, you gotta set it. Well, first off, you have to set it up through your cell phone, which is atrocious to begin with, and then you have to have. I think it's just for the Splatoon headset.
And then you have the adapter, the cell phone, everything that connects to that.
It's very crazy. It's like, why are you doing that? I mean, the problem is Nintendo is still primarily a Japanese company. And going back to Sega, when you look at Sega of Japan and Sega of America, they were two different entities. You know, if you read Console Wars, book by what was the guy's name? I don't remember.
Something Blake.
Yeah, Blake.
His first name. Mr. Blake.
Mr. Blake, which is a great book. If you've never read the Console Wars book, it basically talks about how Sega and Nintendo went head-to-head, and how Sega pretty much was self-imploding at the time, because Sega of Japan and Sega of America were two different companies. Sega of Japan was a very still traditional Japanese company, sort of like Nintendo is now, where Sega of America was just trying to, you know, they were doing the Sonic the Hedgehog, they were pushing the edgy stuff, whereas Sega Japan was like, we don't really want to do that. So it caused a rift in the company.
Do you think it's going to be cool again to be, and when I say cool, like we're all pretty secure with ourselves here. I think if you enjoy playing
talking about the kids.
The kids, yeah. There's a lot of kids that actually, they get bullied if they say out loud that they like Nintendo. Like after a certain age, after it's not cool anymore.
Do you get bullied?
I don't get bullied anymore.
Oh, okay.
I stick up for myself.
That's good.
Yeah, I tell those bullies, hey, you leave me alone, you let me play what I want to play.
You know, I think the Switch has the advantage of, you know, you can, if a kid says, oh yeah, you know, I want to get a Nintendo Switch.
It doesn't have Call of Duty.
Yeah, but then when you actually see the system and you bust out the system, like, that's what brings people in.
Yeah.
Is how it works, like.
I had this guy come to my office over in Toronto, which is where I'm from, and he's like, oh, I hear, you know, he's being a little cheeky. I hear you like Nintendo and you like playing your Nintendo games. I was like, what do you play? He's like, oh yeah, I'm like into PlayStation. I'm like, cool. How about you grab your PlayStation 4 and let's play right now? As I pull out my Switch, and he's just like, I'm like, yeah, get it.
Like I like my PS4, but
oh yeah, I mean, all consoles are good. Games are games. You're having fun. Leave everybody else alone.
But what if you have too many games? Okay. So that was your 10-minute.
That was my 10-minute topic.
Okay.
For more topics like that, follow Nintendo Enthusiast on YouTube, where we, Sean and I, get together every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and we talk about Nintendo just like that.
There's lots of reviews on there too. Like sometimes like I'll do like a video, is it worth it? And I usually do that because we get, I guess this is kind of back end, probably nobody cares, but like we get codes for stuff a lot. So the actual written and video review I'll do for Nintendo Enthusiast, and if it's a game that I have an opinion on that I want to share, that I got a code for that, I'll just do something down the line on RGT 85, so that way, you know, it's not like, you know, trying to cannibalize the channel or whatever, because that's the avenue that we got the game from.
Also, for anyone who does follow the show or knows or doesn't know, this is actually the first time we meet. We've been working together for 3 years on the Nintendo Enthusiast channel, and yesterday was the first time I actually got to meet this guy in person. So,
well,
so
it's Thursday.
It was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yes. And now
he stole the hotel room.
Now it's the first time we're going to be playing a game head to head in public space.
Yeah.
Ready for 1-2 switch?
What do I do?
You'll see.
Oh God.
Has anyone here played 1-2 switch? All right, so it's a fun game. You'll see. And you don't even need to see the screen, which is great for this menu. So all you guys have to do is look at both of us. So we need those black things.
The connector, adapter thing. Am I gonna milk a cow? Oh God.
So you have to look at me in the eye.
Why?
That's the game.
Is that really the game?
So with 1-2 switch, you actually don't like need to look at the screen. I've never played 1-2 switch. It was not a game. You got a review copy of it, right?
Yeah.
And that's how you got it. Because honestly, I sure as hell wasn't paying $50 for it. As I buy a $100 baseball game today, and a $300 Spider-Man game that I'll play once.
Wait, did you get Web of Fire?
Yeah, I got Web of Fire.
Yo, that game is so.
I got it boxed for $3.
You're just trying to complete them, right?
Oh yeah. All I need left is Pitfall. I'm gonna try to find that.
Oh, Mind Adventure?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's not bad. I liked it on the Genesis and the Super Nintendo. Just start your system.
I was playing Has Been Heroes, which is another great game you should try.
You want to use it?
No, do an update.
Well, we can all see.
Close. Where's mine?
It's coming, I'm setting it up.
So you have to set up a bolt? I don't know if I like that. Do I need to use the wrist strap? I have never used a wrist, even on my Wii.
Well, safety first. I don't want you knocking anything.
1-2 switch is all about looking at each other while you play. That's creepy.
That's why we can't play this online. Now look at me in the eyes. Tongue inside the mouth, please.
These people don't look like they're having that much fun. They look very scared.
They're even color-coded.
They look terrified. Oh, my joke.
You have to adjust your camera over there?
I don't know. Am I blocking it, Connor? All right. Can you? Yeah. What am I doing?
Did you feel something?
Yeah, but
Shake it. Fill it up.
I thought I'm not supposed to look at the screen.
Not yet. I mean, we're good with that. You can shake like this, you know. You don't have to. It is. Just gotta stick to what's familiar. Okay, what are you doing?
I was trying to put the mic up on the speaker.
Oh, that's smart. Okay, so let's just get to the fun bits.
I skipped it. Telephone.
Yeah, that's
It's
okay.
attached. You put the stupid thing
Because
on.
that, no, you need different configurations for different games. We're not playing telephone. Game select. Here we go. We're gonna go and milk your cow. Okay? So now, to milk the cow, you have to pull the udder, and you have to squeeze.
What's the udder?
The Joy-Con is the udder.
Okay.
And you have to go up and down like these guys. You have to look at me in the eyes.
And so this is how you squeeze the
Yeah,
udder.
see it? See it?
Okay. How does it?
It's science and technology. And you
Yeah,
got,
he's not having that much fun.
he's having a blast. Look at him. Loving it. And it's the one who gets the most milk that wins.
I'll get the most milk.
I'm sure you will. This is a game where you can't win. You win, I'll make fun of you. You lose, I'll make fun of you.
Okay.
Attach the Joy-Con camera.
Yeah, whatever. I played it.
But have you milked the cow?
No.
Alright.
So is it based on speed?
You have to feel it. You'll see. You feel it. You'll feel the milk.
Ready? Milk.
I feel nothing.
You're not getting some vibration? That's because you're not even pulling it. Are you doing the thing?
Oh.
There you go. Now you feeling it? Yes. Oh, man. He's so intense. I don't like this anymore. Wow.
I won.
I don't know.
I got like 6 gallons.
Oh! 9 cups. You got 7.
I think they gave you a bowl.
Well,
Can we get a round of applause for that, please?
I also didn't know
Now we're going to play with some balls.
Balls?
Yep.
Sean's good at that.
I thought I'd be better at the milking.
Actually, let's do a quick draw.
Alright.
This is
You can tell me how it works? Or?
yeah. So you point your Joy-Con down,
Alright.
and then you when he says fire, you have to point at me. And you have to shoot.
Is this the shoot?
I think so.
I'm gonna watch.
It's the fat button.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, instructions, for not lying. You're like when I used to play video games with my dad, and I would tell him the wrong control so that
Why
I
would you
win.
do that?
Because I wanted to win.
You just unplug the other controller.
No, he was smart. He was smart enough to know that, but not smart enough to figure out that I was kind of.
Lower your guns.
Face each other. Ready. Steady.
Fire.
I won.
Jay sounded cool.
Is that a draw?
Did we kill each other?
Wow.
It's down to the
Wow.
millisecond too.
I've never seen that.
That's crazy.
Reflexes.
Okay. Try stand.
No, we're not.
No, we're not doing that.
Quick draw. Face each other. Ready. Steady.
Fire.
That was all me. That was all me.
Oh! Ooh.
It was close.
New record.
You're welcome. Alright, so now we play with balls.
Let's do Samurai Train.
Of course, modern Samurai J. What am I doing?
Alright, so one of us holds the sword, and then you gotta try to catch the other person that catches the sword.
How do I?
So you're gonna see me, and then you kind of have to know when to.
Okay,
Not
but
let it hit your head.
how do you have the thing? You just clap. You clap? Do I need this?
We'll do it practice. So like this.
What?
Don't want that.
Samurai trick.
But how does the system recognize? Like, do I have to press a button?
Nintendo magic.
Hold your Joy-Con in one hand and bring your hands together to hold the sword.
Okay, so you're the samurai.
Ready.
Okay, put it above your head, like a sword. How do you hold a sword above your head?
I go like this, stabbing the
This
stomach.
isn't stabbing. This is like that.
This is stabbing to me.
Okay. And then you gotta try hitting that.
Start. Nice.
Come on!
Ready.
I'll show you how you do it.
Start.
No! I thought you were gonna go right at the start. So I was not even doing.
You wanna try that one more time?
No, I don't like that.
Yeah, let's go with the ball.
That's the one where you feel like
This one's cool. It really shows off the power of the HD rumble.
yeah.
So you gotta take off the thing.
Like you're holding a box with balls rolling around inside.
The box. Who holds a box rolling around with balls? I don't know how to take this off. I've never put it on. The ones I have, I got some third-party ones.
I've never once put it on.
And set your Joy-Con down.
Alright. So you feel how many balls are in here, you count them, and then you put it down.
And then, what does that do? You say how many balls are in there?
No, you pick with the ball. There's not a lot of enthusiasm. Oh, okay.
So I just got to figure out how many balls are in here, and then I guess.
Yeah, you can feel it, right?
Left and right to feel the balls rolling around inside.
Try holding it like this.
There's like 30 balls in here.
There's 2 balls.
Slowly
This
tilt
is
your
the
Joy-Con.
practice.
Oh! Dude, it was going like...
How many balls are inside the box? Use your control stick to guess how many balls are inside the box.
Wow, that's very confident.
Set your Joy-Con down once you make your guess.
Ow!
It's not done.
Oh.
Ah,
Left wins.
left wins. Okay, let's take it.
Rematch.
Rematch?
Rematch.
That's cool, eh?
That's weird. But
Yeah,
I felt 6.
Well, there was 4.
Ball.
I feel like they took balls out of my thing. Seeded me.
Tilt your Joy-Con left
That's
and
what
right.
2 balls
To
feels
feel the
like.
balls rolling around
Okay,
inside.
that makes sense.
How many balls are inside the box? Use your control stick to guess how many balls are inside the box. Set your Joy-Con down once you've made your guess. All set.
Come on, come on.
Oh,
Ah,
shit.
I win. I win by default. I don't think that works as well as it should, though. Because there was definitely more than 2 in there.
Oh.
What about, isn't there
Next one.
the ice cube thing?
So, I guess for the next one, I guess you can pick it. There's 28 games. This, so they go in more intensity the other way. We're not playing gorilla. We're a dance off.
Dance off.
We are not dancing off.
Yes, you are.
So you gotta strike a pose?
This is actually a stupid game. Like,
Fine.
there is no way for it to know.
Alright, the other beat and bust a move.
What are you supposed to
You just, that's it.
Is that how you dance?
That's how I dance. Like a crap.
Face each other and hold up your joy.
Get ready to dance.
Feeling it?
Yeah. Just go with the rhythm.
Why are you like punching? Oh, stop. Shit.
Oh, she got handled.
They don't always tell you how many guys you get. There's some surprise. This was your thing on the channel before too.
Yeah, I used to dance. Getting windy. Dude, I destroyed you.
Yeah, you probably did.
Wow! 4,000!
You got a different.
We got an F for rhythm.
I don't have it.
Four times the average.
You're not making it. We're not.
We're playing air guitar.
We're not. It's so dumb. You just go there.
Boxing gym?
Yeah, boxing's fine.
Do we box each other? Oh yeah.
Surround you. Stay powered up a butt so you don't bump into anything. Or each other.
Make sure you're not touching me.
To start, throw a straight punch. Now face each other and get ready.
They're
Try
straight
and punch
hooks.
faster than your opponent. Fight.
Got away from it.
Uppercut. Uppercut. Up. Up. Straight.
Ow. shows who got all the hits.
I got it.
Wow.
How many fights have you been in your life? Okay. You want to do one more or not?
I would love to see you do this.
Eating contest?
Yeah.
That'd be good for Jeremy.
So, actually that one, take off the black tape. You pull the white
The
tape.
iron motion camera allowed calculations of
Now this is the camera.
What?
Hold it about 6 inches
How
out
is
of
this a camera?
For eating.
infrared.
It's only on the right Joy-Con.
Yeah, so now hit the button. Okay, you want to hold it about 6 inches away from your mouth. And go to town on that
the
thing.
right Joy-Con for the iron motion
I
camera.
hate you.
The left Joy-Con for the
I find if you make noise, it helps. What are you doing?
I'm putting the food in my mouth.
Oh.
It doesn't know about
You hold it, you just hold it, you don't move.
It's not recognizing anything I'm doing. Hold it near your mouth and keep your hand and head still.
Yeah, stop moving. Stop moving. All you're doing is flapping your gums to win.
3, 2, 1, go!
It's not working. I'm hungry. This game is weird, dude. What did you review? Did you review it?
It's a fun game.
5.5 sandwiches. Whew. That's a lot of sandwiches, man.
You want your Street Fighter face off now?
Yeah, we can if you want to talk to people for a minute.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, so did we say this at the beginning that we were doing this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, right. Okay, we're gonna shut this off. So yeah, there you go. 1-2 switch. It's a little overpriced in my opinion, but
I would pay $10 for it.
yeah, but not. Well, wait. Here in the States, it's 60, I think. It's 40. What was the Canadian? In Canada, it's
Oh, was it
60.
only 40 in the States? 40. Oh, okay.
Thanks for correcting. In Canada, it's 60 because everything's expensive. Or dollars worthless. Right? Shout out to the Canadian. Is there only one Canadian? How many Canadians we got here? Wow. Okay, yeah. Maybe it's better to stay quiet.
Pop Pete.
I won't single them.
My screen is disgusting.
So, how are we doing this? How are we picking challengers?
All right, who wants to fight? Okay, we got 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4,
All right,
5,
whoever
6,
beats me
7.
first. So you pick who.
Who beats you first?
Well, whoever beats me first gets the prize. So it's like a round robin. And Kieran is good, so put him towards the end.
You're going on your switch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's. You want to just right here?
Yeah.
All right.
So it's just
No, this one.
We're good.
This is the good one. We have kicks in this stream.
Yeah. So these are your strong attacks, and then these punches. Yeah, you gotta be like the Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
They're only 5
So once somebody teaches Sean a lesson,
They
we'll
have
get
like a
to
Q&A
Q&A.
that goes on during summer where 10-inch sandwiches are only 5 bucks.
So he's a Ryu guy, and you just want to jump over the Hadouken and kick him in the face. That's what it works. And if the crowd can distract Sean, that would also be very helpful.
You can say a face punch.
Oh, hang on. Wait, why are you getting into this? This is terrible to hold my hands.
Oh yeah, you got a bigger one?
No.
No, it makes it easier to hit those top buttons. I didn't think of that. Because I never use it.
So what's your name? Paul. You play Street Fighter a lot?
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, just push that. Oh, wait. I think you closed this off with where's the Sega game?
It's in my bag. Hey, put this on. I'll grab it.
Oh my!
I don't use the things!
You did. You didn't line up the negative with the negative. You know, Nintendo actually made a video for people who do this.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. With the price sticker still on it. And the funny story is, I had a copy of regular Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo in my hand, and that was $10. And then I saw that, I was like, ooh, $7.
Alright, best out of 3, right? I mean, one match.
No.
Yeah, one match.
One match figure out.
Alright. There we go. So by winning, you get a shittier version of Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
Alright, I got Ryu versus Ken.
Does championship run in 60p and 1080p and 4K?
Sometimes. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're doing the retro style graphics.
That's cool. So you guys say Ryu or Ryu?
I say Blanca.
Blanca?
I made a whole video about it. Yo, I approve. It's Blanca. It's Blanca.
What else would you say?
No, it's Blanca Ben.
I said Ryu up to about last year.
Yeah, no. So did I said Blanca, so did everyone in Street Fighter except for White Street.
This is pretty even so far. Oh no, spamming his kicks.
What did I spam? It's called strategy.
What is your strategy, Mr. Long?
Win.
You should look at him in the eyes when you play. Like once you switch. No, not you, Paul. Just listen. Alright, there you go. Oh, that's a cheat move. It's totally cheating. There you go. You want to jump that.
Are you gonna
There we
tell
go.
What
to
they
do?
can't even see. No, they
Oh,
can't.
okay, they're kicking each other. Now he's dizzy. He just did a Hadouken. Now he's kicking the other guy in the face. Like, you can't commentate this.
I didn't want to go
And
3
Sean
rounds.
just lost in case you didn't notice.
I lost a round. I didn't want to go 3.
Went around 3. Pressure is on. So you are 1 health bar away from getting the Sega Genesis Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition. Did you just lose? He gave you a perfect score! So you want to finish the panel with me? Alright, Sean, you come and give your little prize away. Good job on losing the first match. Told you it wasn't that good.
Oh, sad face.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Yeah, man. Enjoy your
Hey, weren't you going to sign that, Sean?
I do have a marker.
I don't have a marker.
Anyone have a marker?
Well, maybe if you could.
I can go.
Let's go.
I feel like you're arranged for this.
Can we get hashtag RGT85 as a fraud trending?
Yeah, let's try and throw him. It's not the easiest thing, you know?
Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Hollywood.
Got my ass kicked.
You did it, buddy.
Shut up.
All right, and that takes us to the lightning round.
Yeah, so anyone has any questions? We got
Why do I feel like this is a game show?
we got about 15 minutes, so.
Yeah, so we've got questions that can range from anything from put your hand up. Anything from Nintendo. Enthusiast has a website, YouTube channel. You have
anything. Just ask anything.
What do you think the next like under $100 NES game is going to be like $300 at next year's TooManyGames, in your opinion?
Felix the Cat. I've been thinking because Felix the Cat, it was a late game, it's a Hudson Soft game, and it's a good game. So it kind of has like a trifecta going for it. I'm actually surprised it's stayed at around 60-ish for so long, but I think that's going to be the next game that makes like a ridiculous jump.
Can I give you a follow-up question?
Yeah.
What about Kickmaster?
That's got a good chance too. I mean, there's a lot of the NES market is very weird right now because, like, you know, everything's sort of like the high end stuff is sort of capped out.
Yeah.
But now even common stuff like Gremlins 2 is, you know, here it's, you know, $20-25, and that used to be a $6-7 game. So it's definitely, I think the top games are hitting their peak, but I think the mid and low end games that are cheap, that are good, are going to start rising up.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah, man. Anyone else? Questions?
Connor, you can raise your hand again.
Connor?
When can I be a guest on Clash vs. Crash?
Are you?
Never.
Are you gonna
Never.
behave?
That's
Are you
why.
gonna
I'm gonna
behave?
behave.
Papa Pete can be on, but not
What
Connor.
about the two of them? And Papa Pete can
Oh.
watch over.
Oh, that would be good because you would have to behave somewhat if Papa Pete was on.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen this summer, special edition. Yes.
Good question.
What game is like most nostalgic for both of you? You can both answer, like in your childhood, like that there was your go-to, like I need to escape, good time.
Well, you answered the last one pretty with long-winded, so I'm gonna answer this one.
Well, I mean, I'm
First.
yeah,
For me, it was Sonic 2. I remember even as a kid whenever I had like a problem in life, I would go and turn on Sonic 2 and just get lost and like.
What kind of problems did you have in
How
life?
about you be quiet and let me talk? This is therapeutic for me. I'm going back over some stuff.
I didn't get my fruit snacks.
So then I go pop into Sonic 2, and as I would progress the levels, it's like it just makes the bad go away.
That's cool because that's actually mine too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Mine is a Sega Genesis game. It's Greatest Heavyweights, which is a boxing game, and I don't know why, but like I remember my uncle had it, and then he ended up giving it to me, and I used to play it in the basement because we were living at my grandparents' house for a couple months, and my grandpa used to come downstairs. He's a big old school boxing fan. He's not dead or anything, so like don't think I'm going like he's still kicking, but yeah, like he used to come down there. That was the only video game like he'd ever played, but he would play that, and because he loved seeing like Joe Louis in there and stuff. And I still love the game to this day. Like the career mode is really fun, how it progresses, and you can customize your character and make them either fast or strong or kind of balanced. So Greatest Heavyweights.
What system was that?
That was Genesis. That's one of the games
So
I
both
bought
of us
today.
have just had a Sega game. That's our nostalgia.
That was one of the games I bought today in the,
Oh,
in the
that's
5 for
awesome.
10 box.
Cool.
Yes, Mr. Morgan.
Is there like a certain game that made you like passionate about video games, like enough to start talking about them on like a website or?
I would say, I guess that kind of goes back to like how when I was like 16, 17 years old, like I wasn't doing good things, and I was actually snowed in at my house, and I had a PS2, but like I never really messed with it much, and I had bought Metal Gear Solid 2 for like it was like $3 or $4, and I never played it. And since I couldn't go anywhere or do anything, I just sat there and played Metal Gear Solid 2. And that is when, that actually started kind of my collecting addiction because I started collecting Metal Gear stuff. And like, I was just obsessed with the series just because it was so, like it told, a story that I had never like really experienced, like questioning, the government, questioning the flow of media, because that was like the whole purpose of that game, with Solid as Snake as the president and all that stuff. Just amazing stuff, and it got me like into conspiracy theories and stuff. So I would definitely say Metal Gear Solid 2.
For me as a kid, I didn't have the internet for a while, so I couldn't go and try anything. But actually, I love platformers as a kid, all the platform Mario, Sonic. So much that I remember I was maybe 10 and I decided I wanted to make a video game. And I went to my computer teacher in grade school. I was like, can you make a video game? And she was like, yeah, of course you can. But she had no idea how to make a video game, by the way. So I'm like, okay, how do you start? She's like, start by like drawing stuff, and then we'll just scan it into the computer. And I was like,
drunk? Was he high?
I don't know. I was like, so like I put all the assets on the paper, and then we just scan it into the computer. And yeah, that's what she sold me on. So I drew a bunch of levels and bosses, and they're probably sitting in my parents' garage right now, and nothing ever happened. I remember, I never even went to the teacher and said, like, make my game.
Like, I was gonna say, how disappointed were you when you wasted all this time drawing?
Because I'm like, even if I'm drawing them, they're not going to move just by scans. So, I don't know, it was a weird thing. But I guess what got me into like Nintendo Enthusiast on the website was when I got the Wii U. I was really falling back into gaming, and the Wii U really hooked me for some reason. It was such a unique gaming experience, and I loved everything about it. And yeah, I was at a point in my life I was just trying to connect with more that's where I met the owner of Nintendo Enthusiast, and 3 years later I'm here. It's a long story.
Questions? Mr. Kieran.
Now I know you messaged me like a couple months about it, but have you played Kengo yet?
I bought it, but I have not had a chance to try it out yet. So Kengo is a game that he streams on his channel, Kier Tunes.
Which I lost like 8 subscribers over because people apparently stopped subscribing because the game, people hated it.
Really?
Yeah, it's everyone for like a week straight I played it, and I just got nothing but complaints. And then I started noticing like my subscriber count started just going down every day.
It looks like a cool game. It's like a samurai game where like.
It's good.
Yeah, you have to like train your samurai.
It's really fun.
And get like notoriety and stuff.
Yeah,
It's called
you get
Kengo.
You get to like level up the samurai.
Yeah.
It's on
It's
PC?
a fighting game. It's on PS2.
Yeah, it's super
And
cheap.
it's
I got it for like
$5.
completely.
Wait a minute, I think I played that.
It's fun. You level up your samurai, you become more famous.
And you go to like other villages and...
Yeah, you go to the other schools and then you fight them for their sword, and then when you
I
beat
played
them,
that like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and I didn't know the name of that game. So it's
It's Kengo.
fun.
Kengo,
I like
yeah.
it a lot.
finally, I can finally
It's a
find
good
it
game.
now. Yeah, it's good.
It was fun.
Questions? Don't be shy. No, not you. You,
Yeah,
sir.
Larry.
So, you're a huge collector, you have all these games. Has there ever been a game that you spent like a good amount of money on, and as soon as you bought it, you were like, I really wish I could buy this, it's too bad?
Yes, I'll show you it.
Oh God, no.
You regretted that?
Of course I regret
You
this.
made me film it.
But I regret it. So this is the most expensive 32X game. I'm going for a complete 32X collection. I actually have one more to go, Pitfall. So if you see a copy of Pitfall on the 32X, loose is fine. Out on the floor, let me know. But yeah, so I spent $300 on this today. And I regret it because it's not a good game. The intro scene is actually really cool. The reason it's so expensive is it was the last US released 32X game, and the rumor is there's as little as like 1,500 copies total in existence. So it's it's actually all these rare games that aren't really rare. This is actually a rare game. You know, it's not just uncommon. It's actually rare. So yep, and I actually have one more.
You regret everything you buy?
The two 32X games I bought today, I do, but I needed them.
He's just finding an excuse to show them off. That's what he's doing.
No.
I know you.
World Series Baseball starring Deion Sanders, $100. But that's the second most expensive game. So I've knocked off the two most expensive games that I needed that I was just waiting towards the end. And now Pitfall is like anywhere from, $40, $60. So
That's the last one you're missing?
that's the last one. Pitfall.
Cool.
Did you have a question, Mr. Stubbs?
Where'd you get your sweet watch at?
Where did I get my sweet watch at? So this is a Casio watch that has Indiglo or something, and it like pops up blue. eBay. I don't know if you've ever heard of eBay. That is a website that I frequent. Shout outs to eBay. Questions? Yes, sir?
I know you made a video about this already, but if you had to guess, what would you say the Atari box might be?
From what there's been a follow-up interview with like the CEO, I think, of Atari, and it seems like they're making an actual home console, they're getting back into it, dude. Like a lot of people thought it was gonna be like a Steam box or a plug and play through Atari, but like everything I was reading wasn't going in that direction. And then when that dude said that, I was like, wow. So yeah, it looks like the Atari box is going to be a dedicated home console, which is bizarre to me because, I mean, if it's there's two markets that they could jump into. They could jump into the PS4, Xbox One market, or they could jump into the Switch market. And I don't foresee them doing something unique like that. So if they're going toe to toe, it's gonna be a very interesting ride, and I look forward to making videos on it when information actually comes out because. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Questions? Shelton?
I don't have any questions.
Shelton, get out. We got like No.
5?
Yeah, we got 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Jared Morgan, don't ever Snapchat me again.
Oh man, Justin's getting fixed up.
No, Justin's coming up here for a hug and a kiss. Can you believe there's this many people in here? Blame Mr. Morgan here. Oh, okay.
You missed some great moments, Justin.
I milked a cow.
He also lost that Street Fighter.
Yeah, so here was one of the things I did. I was like, this is a great idea. We'll play Ultra Street Fighter 2 on the Switch. If somebody beats me, I'll give him the Genesis version of the game. First guy beats me. And he got the game. But yeah, so, I don't know, I guess that's really...
Yeah, so we'll just do some promo then.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
Do you guys rank your favorite Super Nintendo RPGs?
Oh, jeez.
Like 5.
That's right. How about I just call them out?
Fire away.
Okay, well, number 1, Final Fantasy 2, aka 4. Then Final Fantasy 3, aka 6.
Look at you.
Oh yeah, Super Mario RPG, Legend of 7 Stars.
Holy retro games.
Shut up. You got your moment, I got my moment. The other 2. You know, those were the 3 that really stood out. Chrono Trigger. Right, yeah, Chrono Trigger. That goes above everything. How about you? I'm missing about it.
You didn't include Secret of Mana, which I thought was good.
I played it, but I didn't really
Evo.
stick that much.
Evo isn't, I mean, it's sort of an RPG, it has RPG elements. I consider it an RPG. I love that stupid game. Final Fantasy 2 and 3, and Super Mario RPG. There will be no Earthbound on this list because Earthbound is overrated.
Sean doesn't like
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Like, it's okay. Earthbound is a good game. Earthbound, like always be, I let Mother 2 and Mother 3, I have to tell, and I'm like, okay, Earthbound, first, let's talk about Earthbound, and this is how we'll end this. So Earthbound, rare game, right? It first and foremost is not a rare game. It sold over 125,000 copies when it released. That is not a rare game. The problem with it is the people that have it either want to keep it or they want to inflate the market on it. So that's why Earthbound has the price that it has. Now, is Earthbound a good game? Sure, it was very unique at the time, but if you look at reviews of the game, it was scored as a good game, and in retrospect, people started to love it because it was sort of unique, and I will give it the uniqueness factor, but Earthbound to me, it's like, okay, it's a good game. It's not worth the asking price. It's not a game that I have any connection. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I remember the scratch and sniff ads from when I was a kid and all that stuff, and I was like, what are they doing? It's weird, but it's good, but it's not great, and it's not worth the asking price. All right, so unlike the last people, we're gonna, we got 5 minutes? We got 5 minutes. Okay.
What else do you find overrated?
A lot of things.
Final Fantasy 7.
Oh yeah, Final Fantasy 7's overrated.
Most overrated game of all time.
Most overrated game of all time?
Final Fantasy 7.
Final Fantasy 7 or The Last of Us. Or The Last of Us. Let's talk about The Last of Us, okay?
Yeah, I'll agree with Last of Us.
The Last of Us. Okay. The first 15 minutes of The Last of Us, awesome. I was like, this game is gonna be amazing.
And so many people rip that game off.
Who?
What's it called? The Evil Within is a complete rip-off of The Last of Us.
And The Last of Us is a complete rip-off of Uncharted.
No, but Uncharted is made by the same people.
Of course it is, because they can only make one style of game.
Uncharted is garbage.
Uncharted is, I think Uncharted is overrated as well.
Yeah.
But
The second one was fun, and like it's got 1 or 2 set pieces that are amazing, and then the rest of the game is a chore.
like The Last of Us, the problem with The Last of Us to me was that the first 15 minutes when you're running through the city was really fun, and I thought that was the direction the game was going to go in, and then it went slower paced, which is fine. I don't mind that, but the puzzle mechanics were atrocious. You needed a dumpster, a ladder, and like plywood to float Ellie across, because Ellie, the 12-year-old little girl who cusses like a sailor, she can shoot a gun perfect and shoot like freaking John Wayne, but water. That was my biggest problem with the game. It's a good game. It's a good game, but
who's given in the future in the post-apocalyptic world? Who's doing swimming lessons? I mean,
who's doing gun shooting lessons for a 12-year-old?
I mean, that's more essential than swimming. You're gonna
Probably right.
I mean, I liked it. I just felt underwhelmed.
before you go too much in your rant, how about we plug the...
Let's plug everything and we'll get out of here.
So yeah, if you want more of us together, you can head over to Nintendo Enthusiast or at NintendoEnthusiast.com. We also have a network of sites for every brand. We have Xbox Enthusiasts, PlayStation Enthusiasts that are going to get they're getting revamped. So in the next 2 weeks, they're going to look a lot better. But Nintendo Enthusiast has been revamped. It looks good. For myself, if you want just more of me, I have a channel, HeyJay. I don't put a lot of things on there, but when I get around to it, they're usually pretty good quality things. And then if you want this guy.
So yeah, find me on Nintendo Enthusiast, you know, writing and stuff like that. Maybe some upcoming other avenues. Yeah, RGT 85 is just it's going great. If you're here because of that, I sincerely thank you. I never imagined the channel would grow like it has been. So it's been a great ride, and I hope you guys stick around because I'm having fun doing it. And there's actually a video coming out today. It might have just came out too, so you can watch it on your smartphone.
You just reminded me. I want to say thank you to everybody at the beginning of the panel, and I was too excited.
You're too rude.
I was rude and excited. But thank you everybody for coming to this panel. And
yeah, seriously, I didn't imagine there'd be this many people here.
No, I thought it would have been like just Jeremy and
this is crew. All right, so yeah,
thank you.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of the convention.
Hollywood!